Thank you for tuning back into the RAy Casper Show, starring RAy Casper. I'm RAy Casper. I know that I haven't produced and done a video in a long time, and I wish I had a legitimate excuse why I haven't put any content out. The kids call it content. I'll call it content too, because I'm hip and I know what time it is on the street. I haven't put out any content in a long time because I've been so consumed with my star role on the Erich Andreas Unexplained Flying Saucer Treacherous Grimmhauser the Hyper Gamer Show. Grimmhauser thinks he's a professional gamer, and when I heard he was a professional gamer, I thought he was talking about trout fishing, because I like to do a lot of trout fishing, and I'm also a fan of bass fishing, and I can go on and spend a yarn for hours about talking about how to hoist a line and the best places to go around where I live in the Outer Banks for specific sort of bass and trout fishing. But that's a different story. But so the Grimmhauser, Petty Officer Second Class Grimmhauser, who I served with in the Navy, he's supposedly a little gamer fiddling around with a little joystick. Yeah, I remember when I served with Grimmhauser, and then I was a superior officer, and Grimmhauser was always fiddling around with the joystick, and I can't tell you how many times I caught Petty Officer Second Class with that joystick, and he had it lodged somewhere where I'd rather not say, and he was probably having a little more joy with that stick than I like to speak about, but that's a different story. I've been retired from the Navy for almost 10 years now. But so the point of me posting and hosting and starring in this little RAy Casper update, just in case you didn't know I'm RAy Casper, was to point out some of the discrepancies and some of the rumors that are swirling around the tubules about RAy Casper. I've been reading in Erich Andreas Unexplained Dimwit Idiot Flying Saucer Show some of the comments and the smart-ass little cuties that people are trying to get off, not understanding the greatness of the RAy Casper experience here on the AM, because we're starting on the AM, and I'm RAy Casper. And the problem is that Erich Andreas served in the Navy with me too. My memory isn't the best, but I don't know what it was, but about a month and a half ago, I started to get some recollection coming back to me, because about 9 months ago, I'll be honest, tell you the truth, I'm a gentleman of a certain age, and I was on my John Deere, and I was mowing the yard, and I actually, for whatever reason, I hit a stump and on the John Deere, and the John Deere knocked over. Good thing it didn't cut my wavels off, but the John Deere flipped over, and I hit my head on this stump that I thought I paid these little Hispanics to remove, and I thought they they would have it removed, and they were just jumping up and down with Reba Andale, and they didn't do half of the work that I paid them for. I got them down at the Home Depot, and they couldn't even remove the stump like I asked them, and they're waiting around for like some enchilada salad on top of the money I paid them, and I just called immigration. Or I told them I'm calling immigration, and I watched them scramble everywhere, and it was hilarious. My late wife Mabel was here. She would always give me the business about this, and they were screaming. I'm going to do an impression. RAy Casper loves to do an impression. One of them was saying, "Excuse me, senor, I just tried to explain something to you." RAy Casper is laughing his huevos off all night, and they're just scattering like little Guadalajara ants. But anyway, back to their story. They didn't do what I paid them to do, and they didn't get no burritos from me. So anyway, I hit my head pretty hard, but instead of losing my memory, what it did, believe it or not, is it started to bring back the recollection of with that Erich Andreas. And he served under me as a lieutenant in the U.S. Royal Navy, and he'll just lie to you and say he's a liar, he lies, and say that he didn't serve in the Navy, but he lies, and Grimmhauser can verify this if Grimmhauser can sober up, and he was a lieutenant in the Royal Navy, and he has not been dismissed from duty. That Erich Andreas, he is ordered still aboard the ship when his commission papers arrive, and so I don't know whether he is confirmed Erich Andreas Unexplained Flying Saucer dumbass show as whether he's uncommissioned or not, but he is an officer in the U.S. Navy, and he is supposed to be on board that ship. And that little rat bastard, he's like the problem with him is not only like Grimmhauser, Petty Officer Grimmhauser, does he have a problem with authority, but Erich Andreas, he doesn't, I'll be honest, between us, he's not like 100% white, so you know how they get, but I don't know what I know about that. I know when I was in active duty, we had all other officers that were of other ethnicities, and then we had a lot of the enlisted. We had some young fellows that were from Burma, we had some that were from Malaysia, and we have some of them that were from the Congo, and we have a lot of Hispanic officers, but Erich Andreas, I think he's from the Mongolia, and in the Mongolia, I don't think that they have any idea what's going on in Western society, and so he thinks it's okay to lay around with soy sauce pineapple drink and not come in and report for duty. And Erich Andreas is actually, from what I understand through my communiques, have been up to some sort of mutinous, treacherous conspiring behind RAy Casper's back. I'm RAy Casper. So there are rumblings below deck, and rumblings below. It upsets me to think about it. But I hear there are rumblings below deck, and there is fear. There is fear. I did not put that fear in the heart of the crew. Andreas did. Lieutenant Andreas did. I did not put that there. Andreas, when he reports, I got a surprise for him. When he reports back to the ship, he will be put to the lash. And he will be put to the lash. He'll not be keyholed like I think he should, and which was my recommendation, but he will be put to the lash because he is guilty of insubordination. Him and that treacherous petty officer second class, Blake Grimmhauser. What kind of name is Blake? Blake. Yeah, that sounds like some kind of 90210 fruity little, sitcom name. Like a soap opera. Blake. My name is Blake. Blake Grimmhauser. And the Grimmhauser, that's about as crowd as you can get. My father, he served in World War II against the Krauts, and you got a petty officer serving in my U.S. Navy by the name of Grimmhauser. His crowd. My father fought the Nazis, and Grimmhauser think he's gonna come here with his apple strudel and his goddamn Wiener Schnitzel, and I think he's gonna come around here and break up my party with his alcohol problem. But that's a different story. But it's Erich Andreas. He is inciting a mutiny, and he is inciting it, and I can smell it. I can smell it in the air. And so this is just a little update, and it's more of a venting that I wanted to do because I just responding to the comments. Erich Andreas Flying Saucer Spaceship Channel Show, and the people have been attacking RAy Casper, and the panel on his little crappy flying saucer show, all they do is attack RAy Casper, but RAy Casper is still their superior officer. God damn you, I am your superior officer, and I don't know what the hell both of you two butt plugs have been getting up to, but I just want to let you know that RAy Casper has his eye on both of you. RAy Casper will not let you two sleep, and RAy Casper knows everything he needs to know about RAy Casper because I'm RAy Casper. Anyway, I thank you again for tuning into the RAy Casper Show, starring RAy Casper. I'm RAy Casper. And just a little side note that next time that I'm on the Erich Andreas Flying Saucer Bigfoot, I'm sorry. Maybe I had a scotch or two tonight. A little bit of scotch. Flying Saucer Show. You will only see me on the show through the Skype, FaceTime, or whatever the hell it's called, and then the yeoman, and then the petty officer second class, because Lieutenant Andreas is going to be locked in the brig, and he's going to be locked in the brig for inciting mutiny, because he's a mutinous, dirty, brown little bastard, and we all have to ask ourselves, why is that Erich Andreas so brown? How did he even rise to the rank of a lieutenant, being that brown and dirty? He's like, everywhere he goes, he leaves some weird-looking grime behind him. It's just like he dismissed the swabbing party and left the desk crusted in grime. Filthy little bastard. Anyway, so I thank you so much for tuning in, and sooner or later, the RAy Casper Show, starring RAy Casper, will be back to its original sequence of content. Call it content, right? I think something. This is not. They got a little thing. Oh, what is that? Ooh. All right. So, thank you so much for tuning in to the RAy Casper Show. Sorry, RAy Casper. And if you are in the viewing audience here on the AM, and you actually made it through the entire RAy Casper Show, starring RAy Casper, you've actually listened to 15 minutes of complete bullshit. And RAy Casper, there's a rumor going around that RAy Casper has been completely trolling the entire tubios on the Erich Andreas show, and he's just trolling because RAy Casper is not actually an old retard in real life. I'm old, yeah, I'm 78 years old, but I ain't no mungo. And so, if you made it to 15 minutes out listening to me to rabble about complete horse shit, then you're a bigger motard than I've ever met. You suckers. You kind of suckers are you? Anyway, see you over there on the Erich Andreas Flying Saucer Butt Plug Show with him and his little butt chum, that Blake Grimmhauser, and that yeoman broad. Anyway, all right, that's all. I gotta go pick peanuts out of poop.